Do you have a story to share with the world? Of course you do. We all have stories to share. An Anchor podcast allows you to share your interests in a way that connects to others all across the globe. If you have been considering starting your own podcast and don't know where to begin, Anchor makes it easy to record, edit, and publish with the click of a button. You can even add music. Whether it's crime dramas, self improvement, paranormal adventures, or tips about parenting, you too can share your unique imprint on the world. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. You've got this. I believe in you. Welcome to the Existential Empath Podcast. My name is Tanya, and I am an intuitive empath. My intention is to share valuable tools and techniques that I have learned so you can tap into your own inner healer naturally and intuitively. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how our frequency or our vibration affects the reality in our life. So I just got done watching a movie on Amazon Prime. It's called Brittany Runs a Marathon. And maybe some of you have seen this movie. And if not, it's a good movie. I would encourage you to watch it. It's based on a true story about a girl named Brittany who was she was heavy set. She was overweight. She was feeling really bad about herself. She was in a situation where she didn't like her job and she didn't really like her life. And she was, reaching a certain age in her life where she felt like she should have been, more successful. And she had kind of envisioned herself in a different state in her life at that particular time. So she decides to take up running. And throughout the course of the movie, you watch her transition, you watch her grow and go through the process of shedding the weight and also shedding the emotional baggage as she's going through this healing journey. And at the end of the movie, she ends up being able to run a marathon through this process. So some of the interesting things that I picked up in this movie was that in the beginning of the movie, she's in a very low vibrational state. You can really feel it. You can tell she's overweight. She's talking really poorly about herself. She has a lot of negative self-talk. She's living with some roommates who are, semi-materialistic, kind of pretentious, and very 3D, very physically driven, third dimensionally driven, and throughout this journey, as she begins to lose the weight and heal herself, you see her slowly raising her vibration. Okay, so she's raising her frequency, she's raising her vibration, but what's happening is she's not letting go of those lower emotional aspects that were kind of keeping her in that low vibration. So she gets to a point where she loses maybe 50, 60 pounds, but she starts being triggered. She hurts her foot, and that kind of takes her out of the game, right? So it takes her out of the game where she can't run, but she's still starting to feel all of these emotions that were kind of holding her back from moving to that next level in her life. Her friends start to turn on her. She starts getting triggered by other heavy set women. Her friends start getting triggered because she's starting to change. She's starting to lose weight. She's starting to gain confidence. She's not going out with them anymore to the bars and getting drunk and doing all the things that she was doing before. So as she begins to raise her vibration, you start to slowly see these things shedding out of her life. And that's what happens when you begin to shift your energy. When you begin to shift it, it will change your reality around you. So those lower vibrational people in her life, those lower vibrational feelings, that job that she had, she is losing those. She's shedding those. She's being sifted, so to speak. So the universe is kind of picking her up and just sifting her out. Okay, so those are things that you want to think of as you begin to raise your vibration, as you begin to go through that process. Where some of us get caught up or stuck is as we get to that plateau where things are starting to be stripped from our life, we get sad and we start to go back down. We start to taper back down into those lower vibrational emotions and feelings when we need to hold strong, hold still, because what's happening is the universe is bringing in more high vibrational things into your life. You're being transitioned, you're being shifted into the next chapter, into the next step, into the next vibration, right? So those things that were at a lower frequency are no longer in alignment with who you are. Your identity is changing. Your energy is shifting. So it's important to as you get to that plateau, look at those lower vibrational emotions that begin to trigger you, because that's where the pressure cooker starts to kick in, right? So you want to make sure that when those emotions begin to bubble to the surface, that you release those emotions. You consciously take a step back, look at those emotions. Why am I being triggered by this? Why am I being triggered by losing my friends? Those friends no longer serve me anymore. If I want to step up and go to the next level in my life, then I need to let go of some of those people that are anchoring me down. It doesn't mean they're going to be out of your life forever. They could be, but they may not, but they may not be, right? They may step it up too at some point. When they see you shifting, they may decide that they want to shift too. And then they may be back on your vibration again, right? So don't let that bring you down. Don't let those things that are sifting or being shed from your life to bring you back down to that lower vibrational state. So as Brittany went through this process, she, realized that she was being triggered by other women who were overweight, because that was like her inner child. Those were the emotions and the feelings that she has experienced majority of her life that she needed to face. Okay. So once she faced those, she learned that lesson, and then she was able to step it up and take it to the next level, where then her foot started to heal and she was able to run the marathon and accomplish what she had set out to in the beginning of the movie. So I just used that movie as an example because it was something that I had kind of seen going through that movie. And at the end of the movie, her friend kind of came back and saw that she had changed and really acknowledged that she had changed, and that she was happy to see that she had pulled herself out of that particular lower vibrational energy and was able to, heal herself through that process. So for those of you out there, I hope that this video was helpful. And I know it can be really hard. It can be really hard to finally have the courage to take those steps forward, to make a change in your life. And it can be really difficult because the people around you have a really hard time of seeing you change, because we are all reflections of one another. And when you begin to change, it reflects back on them on areas of their life where they need to change too. And they may not be ready for that. And that can be really difficult. So just when we consciously step back and take a look at, why are these things happening to me right now, and what can I do to overcome them? It just makes things a lot easier when we take a step back and look at it from a new perspective.
You deserve to navigate your life as an empath in alignment with health, happiness, and abundance. To learn more about the services that I provide, including Beyond Quantum Healing Hypnosis, EFT tapping, and the Emotion Code, visit my website at www.thesoulcafe.org.